Hey friends, it's me, Amy Rebecca. I'm your internet bestie for all things personal development, intentional living and dream chasing, and trash. That's right, I am the self-appointed president of the Trash Appreciation Society, because here on this channel we like to talk about makeup empties. Everything from monthly project pan updates to quarterly empties updates like this one, and makeup decluttering. It's all part of my big makeup use-up challenge that I started in 2020 that is still ongoing because I still haven't used it all up. If you're joining us for the first time and you are a numbers girly, if you're a little bit of a spreadsheet nerd, welcome, you have found your way home. I love to rifle through the data. We are very, we're really scientific about the trash. Some might say it's too much. I say is never enough. I'm gonna go ahead and advise you to maybe grab yourself a snack, get yourself a little beverage, because I do have a considerable amount of trash to talk about today, including some new things that I've never mentioned before, some of which I absolutely despise. So on that note, let's get rifling, shall we? Okay, speaking of new things that I've never talked about before, I finished up this number 7 Future Renew Damage Reversal Night Cream. This is from number 7's fairly new Future Renew range. It says, developed with our cutting edge peptidology trademark. That's not a real thing, by the way. It's just buzz marketing. To reverse visible signs of skin damage whilst you sleep. I'm actually gonna pull up the list of active ingredients in this. So side note, when it comes to skincare, especially when you are over 30, it's really important that you actually start looking at the active ingredients rather than the buzz marketing words that they use on the packaging. The active ingredients are the things that actually do something. And in this night cream, we have hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, peptides, vitamin C, and vitamin E. So a pretty good range of different active ingredients in there. Now, I am no dermatologist at all, but I do know that hyaluronic acid is meant to be highly moisturizing. Niacinamide is to help with inflammation and redness. Vitamin C, I've read that that's good for helping your skin battle kind of environmental pollutants. Vitamin E is supposed to be good at helping your skin absorb and retain water so that it stays moisturized. And peptides are meant to help reduce fine lines and the signs of aging in your skin. Obviously, a very brief, very surface level layman's overview of those ingredients. But what I'm saying is it packs a punch in terms of ingredients. Now, initially upon using this, I had the most intense purge of my life. A purge being when you start using new active ingredients and your skin goes through this time of what the actual fudge is going on here. I had pretty bad breakouts for about 3 weeks. It was not a good time. I did wonder, is this a purge? Is this just that my skin freaking hates this stuff and it's just causing acne? But I persisted and I got through the other side, and lo and behold, after that, my skin just loved it. It's a really nice feeling night cream. It's nice and thick, but it's not greasy or oily feeling. My concern is I ran out of this last month, right before I went to Croatia. I didn't run out and get another one because I'm a procrastinator and I want to go out and repurchase it because it was really good. But what if I have to go through the purge again? Like, it's worth it because my skin felt so good when I was using this. It felt so moisturized. So would I recommend this? Absolutely I would. If you start to have a little bit of a reaction to it at first, persist because the results are worth it. Speaking of skincare, I used up not one but 2 of one of my all-time favorites. This is the number 7 Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced Facial Sun Protection in SPF 50. I love this stuff because it also has a 5-star UVA rating. I use it every single day, even in the winter, even when I don't go outside. Because one of the number 1 causes of wrinkles and aging in the skin is the sun. It wears really well under makeup. It's not oily, it's not heavy, it doesn't cause breakouts. I love it. And 10 out of 10 recommend. If you've been watching my videos for a while and you still haven't tried this, I'm curious as to why. Because I talk about this with such passion and so regularly. This is your sign if you have not tried this, and especially if you don't wear any SPF on your face, this is your sign to do that. Please protect your skin. I also used up another one of the Dove Essential Care hand creams. This is a perfectly fine hand cream. I don't have particularly strong feelings about it either way. I think it's good value for money and it's cruelty free, which I didn't mention, but everything I talk about in today's video will be cruelty free. Let's talk about something I'm willing to bet that you've never heard of before, and I need you to hear about it. I don't think I can pronounce this, so I'm just gonna spell out the brand name. It's IXYA, Ixia, I want to say, but it's Italian, so I'm not confident. I went and had a little facial when I was in Italy, a little like outdoor spa situation in Ischia, which is a little island. Oh my gosh, it's so stunning there. And the lady who did the facial was selling the products there. So I got the face mask, and I also got this, which is the day cream. I still have the face mask, I haven't finished it all up yet, but I need you to understand that this is the nicest, most luxurious, most wonderful cream that I've ever put on my face. And I am including that freaking wildly expensive cream I had a couple of years ago. What was that? Oh, Patra. That was like £230 for a little tub like this, I think. This stuff I bought for €10. I checked online. You can order it for a slightly higher price of €16. It's the best thing I've ever put on my face. I'm not exaggerating. That sounds too much. It's so true. It's got thermal water from the springs that they have there, as well as spirulina. I can't express to you how good this is. I have nothing else to say, except I will be repurchasing, and I will leave the link in the description box along with the link for everything else. I highly recommend this. Another new product that I have used up recently, because I've really been on a roll with branching out, especially when it comes to skincare, is these Frownies facial patches. You might have seen me wearing these in some of my TikToks, some of my YouTube videos. They are, or they were, I don't have any left to show you, but they look like little plasters. They're face tape. So you run them under water and get them damp, and then they stick to your forehead, and you have to kind of do like little mosaics with squares and triangles and stick them all together, and they dry really hard so that you can't move your eyebrows. You can also get them for other areas of your face. The idea is it's kind of like Botox while you sleep, because you can't move your eyebrows around and therefore the wrinkles don't get to set in. Look, these are £30 a box. You get 144 patches, but per application you're looking at using, I mean, I have a really tiny forehead, which is something I learned through doing this, because they don't fit well on my forehead. I'd never been self-conscious about the size of my forehead before using these, but apparently it's abnormally small. So for me, I was using 5, I think, little patches per application. You can reuse them, I would say, once. After that, they kind of lose their stick. So it is quite pricey. It's obviously cheaper than Botox, and I did see a difference when I was doing it consistently night after night after night. But the thing is that as soon as you wake up and you start moving your eyebrows again, those wrinkles are gonna come back in. I think it works, but it's not going to give you the same results as something like Botox, which is going to be, you know, longer lasting and more noticeable. If you want something to kind of take the edge off, then give it a go and see how you like it, because I did notice a difference. It just wasn't. Keep your expectations realistic, I guess is what I'm saying. One thing that I think I would advise, probably more so than the facial patches, if you are getting a little bit concerned about the fine lines and the wrinkles, is Tretinoin. I used retinol for the longest time. I used the ordinary retinol. I think I started when I was about 29 and used it for years and loved it. But over the last kind of year or so, I felt like I needed a little bit of a step up. So I have been using the Tretinoin from Dermatica, and I have been asked this question a few times, so let's just firstly talk about what Tretinoin is. Tretinoin is a retinoid. Retinol is also a retinoid. So Tretinoin and retinol are different kinds of retinoids. Tretinoin is stronger, and you need to get it on prescription from a dermatologist. Dermatica is an online service where you can have an online consultation with a dermatologist. They will assess your case based on the questionnaire that you fill out and the photos that you send them, and then they will prescribe you the appropriate skincare. And then they send it to you on a monthly basis. You can cancel whenever you want. I also have a discount code for, I think the first month is I should know, I can't remember. The first month is for like less than £5, and then the second month is half price, and then it goes up to normal price. Of course, you can cancel if you want to, but I'll leave that coupon code down below. It works in the UK and Europe, but I swear by this stuff. Truly, I've gotten so many of my friends onto it. I talk about it all the time. I think it has been the most impactful skincare product that I've ever used. Like, don't get me wrong, there are so many skincare products that I love and my ride or dies. Like this one, absolutely love it. But in terms of impact and noticeable difference to my skin, it is Tretinoin all the way. The lines on my forehead are reduced. Not just that, but my skin looks so much clearer. I've had people complimenting me and telling me how good my skin looks, and even sometimes I go to make a TikTok and I think, oh, why is there a filter on? There's not, it's just my face. I've been using this for about 6 months at this point, and I feel like now at this point I am really reaping the benefits of it. Okay, moving on to some old favorites and a little bit of a blast from the past because she's making a comeback. It's the Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation, which was my go-to, we're in this together for life, never will I forsake you foundation that I did then go on to forsake. I'm convinced they've changed the formula. I keep trying to go back to this. I actually have another one in my drawer right now, but it's just not sitting the same as it used to. It's just a lot drier than it used to be. I used to find this to just sit perfectly on my combination skin, and now I feel like it's dulling. So that's unfortunate. Every foundation I've tried recently I've not liked, so I don't know. Speaking of which, I tried this one. This is the Rimmel Lasting Radiance Foundation. When this first goes on my skin, when I first apply it, it looks stunning. It's got that little bit of a glow, you know? Beautiful. Who is she? My skin, but better. But as the hours tick by, it descends into something ugly. I have combination skin, okay? But my oily areas are very oily. It was not good. It was not good. Like around the chin and my forehead, it looked like someone had thrown a bucket of water at my face. I mean, the fact that I persisted and used this whole thing, it just speaks to my unwillingness to throw things away if I've spent money on it. I'm not saying it's a bad foundation. I think it's a beautiful foundation, and I love this kind of sheerish medium coverage with this healthy looking glow. I love it, just not for me. If you're dry, give it a go. If you're not dry, don't. Okay, moving on to some more old favorites. We're gonna zip through these because I talk about them all the time. The Revolution Duo Eyebrow Pencil. This is the thicker one. They do a precision one and a thicker one. I actually prefer the precision one and keep accidentally buying the thick one by mistake. I don't know. It's great because it has the little spoolie on one end and it's cheap. And then I also used up another one of the Revolution Eyebrow Concealers, except not really. The packaging for this, as you can see, it's got the clicker and the sponge. Going back a couple of months ago, I kept getting dermatitis under my eyes. I've had it in the past from not throwing away my beauty blender as quickly as I should have. So I assumed it was that, threw away the beauty blender, and the dermatitis just kept coming back. I would stop using makeup, I'd be applying all of the cream from the doctor, and then I'd go back to wearing makeup and it comes back and I'm like, what's the situation? Because I changed my sponge. And it was this. It's not like I had this thing for like 8-9 months or anything and it was super gross. I probably only had it for a month and a half. But anytime that you're using a sponge and you're dipping into your face and then coming back and dipping in again, there is the potential for gross stuff to happen, and that's what happened to me. So I didn't technically finish this one and I'm throwing it away. I do have a new one now, but it's just, I think, a cautionary tale. I used up another one of the Lush Golden Cap conditioner bars, and I said this in my last Empties video, but I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from it. I am currently in the process of taking a break from it. I love the way it makes my hair look, okay? It gives it such shine. It helps to manage the frizz. It is such a nice conditioner, but I'm at the point where I do kind of wish they had it as a liquid option. As much as I love the outcome of this, and I've been using this conditioner bar for years at this point, I'm kind of over the way that once you get down to kind of towards the core of the bar, there's no moisture left in it, and I end up having to throw a bunch of it away. I don't know if anyone else who uses the Lush conditioner bars feels that way. I don't get it with the shampoo, but with the conditioner, it's like the outer layers are super moisturizing and they're really easy to apply, but the further in you get, the harder it is to apply the conditioner to your hair. I'm just like over it, honestly. Maybe I'll circle back to it, maybe I won't, I don't know. Sorry to interrupt the trash talk, but I just wanted to pop in for a second to let you know that my book, Just As I Am, is available on Amazon. I will link it down below. This is the story of how my life completely fell apart in 2020 when I called off my engagement, gave up my job, moved back in with my parents, and I had a breakdown. It's all about how I learned to love myself, face my demons from the past with an emotionally abusive relationship that I was involved in, and learn to live a life that I truly enjoy and love. I think you'll like it, so I'm gonna link it down below, and now let's get back to the trash. Okay, if you have been following my project pan, then you already know that I used up the Light Sun-Kissed Glow of the Garnier Summer Body moisturizing lotion, and I also used up a Deep Sun-Kissed Glow one as well. Out of the two, I would say I would be more inclined to reach for the dark one. I love this as a tanning option. This is great because it is just a moisturizing lotion and it comes out really evenly and it fades really evenly. It's just very low maintenance. I love it. I have no notes. Also from my project pan, I used up this enormous Ashton and More Peony and Rose exfoliating body scrub. I don't feel the need to repurchase it. I'm glad that I used it up because it was in my project pan and it felt like a personal challenge because it was so huge. But yeah, I don't feel any kind of way about it as a product. I have nothing really to say about it. I have only incredible things to say, however, about these sheet masks from Primark. I had one of these in my project pan and absolutely loved it, and since then I've gone out and bought a bunch more, which seems counterproductive because the aim of the project pan is to use stuff up. Now I've gone out and bought a bunch more, but that's how good they are. They're vegan, they're cruelty free, they're made in Korea, and they're £1 each, except I got some on sale for 75 pence. 75 pence? Are we okay? I was apprehensive to put it on my face for £1. I did kind of think, what are you putting in this that it's so cheap? Like, I don't know, is it going to melt off my face? Quite the opposite. Absolutely lovely experience. Leaves my skin feeling so soft and so hydrated, and yeah, I went out and got a bunch of them. Who knew? I very rarely go into Primark. I very rarely go shopping in person. That's why I don't like to be around other people. So I didn't even know all of this was happening. I went in to repurchase, and like this whole beauty section. What's going on? And it's cruelty free. I had no idea this was happening. Okay, I used up one of my hairsprays. This is the Superdrug's own brand. Yo, there's hair all over it. Yikes. It's the Superdrug own brand hairspray, which is my favorite one. This is not my favorite kind though. I like the firm hold, which is the blue one, but they were out of stock. So I got the extra firm hold and I don't like it as much. Yeah, overall the Superdrug hairsprays are great. I'm about to say something absolutely wild. I feel like I'm turning my back on like my beliefs. I'm embarrassed to say it out loud, but here we go. Superdrug's own coconut dry shampoo that I have been raving about for years, and that I do believe in my last quarterly empties, I said I did not know what I would do with myself if this was ever discontinued. How would I ever possibly go on? Oh, the tears I will shed. It has not been discontinued. However, it would appear that I have developed an allergic reaction to this product. I don't know if they've changed the formula and there's something new in there that's causing the allergy, or if I've just developed an allergy, which, to be honest, I seem to do that a lot. I never used to be allergic to soya and now I am. I never used to be allergic to cats and now I am. I never used to have hay fever and now I got that too. Soon I'm gonna have to be the boy who lived in the bubble, because at this rate I'm just getting to be allergic to everything. So yes, I am devastated. I started to notice that I was getting really bad allergies and I just assumed that it was the time of year, hay fever maybe, but it was only happening in the mornings and only on certain days. So I stopped using it for a little while. Lo and behold, all of my symptoms vanished. And then one day I tried to add it back in to see what would happen. And I had a pretty big allergic reaction. So I'm laughing so I don't cry. I love this dry shampoo. I do think it's great. I'm not saying you shouldn't use it. I'm just saying that I no longer can. And on that note, I did have to go out and obviously find a new dry shampoo, which in the cruelty-free world, it doesn't feel like there are that many options. So I did something I never thought I would do, and I bought a bougie dry shampoo. I mean, it's bougie to me. It's the Lee Stafford one, which it's $5.99 for this little tin, as opposed to this is, I think, £2.50. And it's so much bigger. However, this is better. It hurts me to say it, okay, because for years I have backed this shampoo like in a way that is, looking back, overly emotional. I've loved it and I've stood by this as like the best dry shampoo I'd ever tried, and then I tried this one and it's a lot better. Not to say that there's anything wrong with this, but I think the problems that I have with dry shampoo in general, which is number one, the white streaks that you get. I get a lot less with this than other cheaper dry shampoos that I've used. And the gritty feeling that you have product in your scalp, I hate the feeling of that. Don't get either of those things with this. I don't want to be spending this much money on dry shampoo, because I've calculated at this size I'm going to be going through £12 of dry shampoo per month, which is going to be like, what, 120-ish pounds a year on dry shampoo. It's ridiculous. I guess that's what's happening in my life. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Okay, we are wrapping it up with the last few things. I did not use up this Superdrug, their B brand hair removal cream with argan oil. It sucks, okay? I want to find a cruelty-free alternative to Veet. I've used the Boots brand, I've used Superdrug, have several different brands under their umbrella. I've tried them all, they all suck. So I don't know what the answer to that is, other than just continuing to shave my legs, which is not the end of the world, but like, I'd rather not. Okay, I also used up my Ascorbyl glucoside solution, 12% from The Ordinary. This is a vitamin C serum and I love this. I've been using this for quite a while at this point, maybe over a year. Love The Ordinary in general. I think they make kind of active ingredient skincare much more affordable and accessible. So yeah, I love this and I recommend this. And finally, I used up another one of these soaps from Folk Soap, which I talked about, I guess, in my last Empties video. This is a small business from nearabouts where I live. It's a small Welsh business. They make handcrafted soap. This is the honey and oat one. Love, absolutely love. It's all natural ingredients. You can't see it from the packaging, but the bars that you get are really substantial and they feel so luxurious on the skin. So I love these. I'm going to be ordering some more because this was the last one I had. And I think they're about £5 a bar, but they are hefty. And it's always nice to support a local small business, so I will be doing that, and I will link their website down below. Okay, we've reached the bottom of the Empties basket, and now we're gonna delve into the numbers. Okay, so in Q3 I used up a total of 25 products with a value of £241.56, which brings my running total of the value of products that I have used up in 2024 to £984.11. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm really interested, probably at the end of next quarter. What I'll do is I'll sit down and I will compare my cosmetics inventory spreadsheet with my budgeting spreadsheet, and I will compare the cost of the products that I've used this year with how much I've spent on buying products and replacing things that I use up. There is always a difference for two reasons. Number one, because a lot of the stuff I'm using up is still out of my cosmetics hoard. These are not things that I'm necessarily going out and purchasing. Some are, like foundation, like my dry shampoo, things that I am turning over on a regular basis. But a lot of things like creams, lotions, things like this, they're coming out of, I'm shopping from my stash still. That's one reason why there's that discrepancy. The other reason is because when I fill out my spreadsheet and write down like the value of what I've used up, I just Google it and see how much it's selling for on Boots. But a lot of the time when I buy things, I am coupon queen and I will get a discount. Anyway, it's always fun to see like what the difference is between the value I've used and the cost that I've spent, you know? I don't know, it's fun to me. Maybe I need to get a life. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember that you are enough just as you are. I love you so much and I will see you soon. Bye guys.